To that and a lot more, Democratic Whip, the Hillary Clinton supporter in the House of Representatives, Congressman Steny Hoyer of Maryland, is joining us. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us.
Good to be with you, Wolf.
You heard the statement the first time. We just heard it as well. What's your reaction when you hear the Trump campaign effectively blame Hillary Clinton for what North Korea is up to right now?
Well, I think it's absurd. The Bush administration, had problems with the North Koreans. We've had problems with North Korea. The Chinese need to weigh in because it's dangerous to them. The North Koreans have acted irresponsibly. What is usually the case, that statement says nothing about what Donald Trump would do, what his policy would be, how he would effectively curb North Korea's dangerous behavior, as we ought to do. But Donald Trump says nothing about that, and to blame it on Hillary Clinton is absolutely absurd. I think it's typical, however, of the Trump campaign. I've seen this ad on where Hillary Clinton's economy is such and such. Hillary Clinton doesn't have yet an economy, and if they're referring to the Obama economy, we took it back from the depths of recession under a Republican administration to the heights of almost full employment. Most economists think we're at full employment, creation of 14 million jobs, and an economy that has come back from the recession that the Republicans delivered to us. So, he says things. This is his, of course, spokesman that's saying it. Trump's not saying it, but I'm sure he believes it, and will blame Hillary Clinton for anything and everything he can think is not absolutely perfect in the world.
Let's talk about jobs, but he does say that he would, if he were president, he would force the Chinese to intervene. They have influence over North Korea. So on that specific issue, that's what he's told me, and he said it several times elsewhere. But let's talk about jobs.
Wolf, can I stop you there just one second? Force the Chinese. How is he going to force the Chinese? How is he going to force the Mexicans to pay for the wall? Donald Trump has no idea. He thinks everybody works for him. Everybody doesn't work for him. And I think we have been working to strongly request, urge, pressure the Chinese to act. He's right on that. But when he's going to force them to act, they're a major nuclear power themselves, one of the second economy in the world. He just thinks we can force people everywhere in the world to do our will. I think we ought to do everything we can, but Donald Trump has no idea how he's going to force China to do that.
He argues that given the amount of trade, the amount of exports from China to the United States, the amount of exports from Mexico to the United States, they're very dependent on that U.S. market. And if he threatened to shut it down a bit, they would do whatever he basically what the United States wanted, because the U.S. has leverage. That's why he suggests he could force them to do it. You buy that?
No. I don't. The Chinese have leverage too. They hold a lot of our debt. They sell all our debt at a cheap price. We're in trouble. There's a two-way street. But I think we need a forceful representation to North Korea, a forceful representation to China, that this activity must stop, or there will be consequences. I don't think we ought to be very specific of what the consequences should be, but this is not a problem, certainly, that Hillary Clinton brought on us. The Bush administration tried to confront this, the Clinton administration tried to confront it, and the Obama administration has as well. And we need to act on this, however, in a multilateral way. And Trump's representation, very simplistically, that we're going to force China to make North Korea do their will, I think is simplistic and not possible.
Steny Hoyer is the Democratic Whip in the House of Representatives. Congressman, thanks very much for joining us.
Okay, thanks, Wolf.